As the new DC era ushers in a new Superman, I want to pay tribute to Henry Cavill's Superman. Here are some of my top 10 moments of Henry Cavill's Superman.
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Number 10. Black Adam appearance. Okay, so this made the list because this was the first time that Henry Cavill appeared as Superman since Justice League. So, after a standard action-adventure Dwayne Johnson affair, we get treated to a familiar figure with that familiar voice. Boom! The crowd erupts and we were ecstatic for like a month. Ugh. What a moment, though.
Black Adam. We should talk.
Number 9. Martha. Now, his fathers Jor-El and Jonathan Kent has both been influential in Clark's decisions. Lois Lane also had some sexy moments with The Last Son of Krypton 2, but to me, I felt the biggest impact in his list would be his adopted mother, Martha. Ever since we see her rescuing him from a closet at school, he always comes home to Mama like in Man of Steel, when he finally found out who he really was. Or in Batman v Superman, when the world seems to be crashing around him, he always found comfort with his mother. In Justice League, we see him embracing his mother after being resurrected. Just warms my heart. Also, having a mom named Martha kind of helped him from getting killed by Batman, so that's a plus.
I'm not going anywhere, Mom. I promise.
Number 8. The Superman Montage. We hardly got to see Clark perform everyday Superman duties in Man of Steel, because he went from learning to fly to stopping Zod and save the entire planet in a week. Luckily, we got to see a short montage of his amazing feats in Batman v Superman. The movie showed us many scenes from saving the rocket crew from an explosion, saving a girl from the fire, saving people during a flood, and even tugging a ship full of people, interwoven through news commentary about his existence.
Must there be a Superman?
There is.
Number 7. Superman's first flight in 2.0. Nothing is more spectacular about Superman than him flying. In Man of Steel, he struggled, almost grasping at the clouds, but eventually his gaining confidence enabled him to soar through amazing mountain scenery across the water and into space. And in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he echoed that Man of Steel launch this time with the encouragement of both his fathers and the full confidence of a fully powered Superman.
Fly, son. It's time.
Number 6. Superman destroys the world engine. Having just learned to fly within that week, Superman risks his life to save the world by taking on the world engine himself. Even though the environment around him would be too toxic for him, he managed to gather his strength and destroy the world engine in a magnificent, epic fashion. Number 5. Superman vs. Kryptonians. Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve fighting Zod and crew was such an epic fight back in the day. But with modern effects and the speed of which would make any Dragon Ball fans happy, we get to see Superman take on the Kryptonians in a spectacular high-octane action in Smallville to a one-on-one with Zod in the finale of Man of Steel. But one of the biggest moments, though, was when Clark had to kill Zod to save a family from being vaporized, and his remorseful, gut-wrenching scream a moment later.
You think you can find my mother?
Number 4. Superman vs. Batman. Now, Batman wouldn't actually fight Superman until almost the third act of the Batman vs. Superman film. But when they finally clash, it's an epic brawl. Every hit feels weighty and brutal. Not only does Superman have to cope with kryptonite gas, and despite being a mortal man, Batman rarely gives him a chance to get to his feet.
You're not brave. Men are brave.
Number 3. Superman vs. Doomsday. Superman fighting Doomsday in a major motion picture was a dream come true. From a solo downtown fight, to being nuked out of the sky, to teaming up with Batman and Wonder Woman, and then sadly, to his sacrifice. The entire third act of Batman v Superman was truly epic.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Number 2. Superman vs. Justice League. After Superman's death, Batman forms the Justice League to stop Steppenwolf. Though his team was supposed to make up the loss of Superman's power, it wouldn't be till Superman's resurrection how much more powerful the Kryptonian was compared to them. Superman tossing him aside, catching Flash off guard by being almost just as fast, and knocking the warrior princess to the ground. Superman certainly showed the Justice League who was the greatest superhero.
Who's gonna say it? I'm not gonna say it.
Number 1. Superman vs. Steppenwolf. Now, during the final battle in Zack Snyder's Justice League, it seems all was lost for the League members. No one was strong enough to take on Steppenwolf until Superman's abrupt appearance shook the Apocalyptian general to his core. A Superman who once struggled to take on Flora or pulled back to fight Batman becomes the all-powerful and confident Superman with no problems knocking the alien beast down. Short, sweet, and awesome.
Not impressed.
So that was my top 10 moments of Henry Cavill's Superman. Do you agree with this list? If not, share your favorite moments of this generation's Man of Steel.